broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
It started with an earthquake in a metaphorical AFTERBUZZ Redneck Island kind of way. And here we are at the finale.
Yeah.
And it's happy pre-Valentine's Day.
Yes, it is.
They have donuts here in the studio, and I ate one, and I already feel guilty. It took that quick.
Well, then you're setting yourself up for a great Valentine's Day,
Yeah,
right?
I'll be nice and fat, and yeah, my girlfriend will love it, so it
Oh
should be
my
good.
gosh. Well, it's good to see you back.
You as well.
Thank
Happy
you.
final show.
Happy final show.
Yes.
Redneck Island, episode number 10, and we've been on a fun journey, and it feels like the last day of school, doesn't it?
It does a little bit without
Yeah.
any of the school feeling to it. Yeah.
Just the fun
If
part.
school was an AFTERBUZZ
Yeah.
show, this would be how it
Okay.
feels.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm Little Egypt. Welcome to the
Yes.
show. If you're first time joining us, you missed 9 episodes.
Yeah. Wrong time to join us, really.
Right.
And it's at 11 a.m. that we're taping this, so we're all a little sleepy-eyed. At least I am. Woke up about an hour ago.
Well, tell me about it. How was your week?
Good week, slow. A lot of when things almost happen that are great, and then they don't, and then it's almost worse because you were so close.
Yeah.
That was my whole week. So a lot of my whole week was almost really great, and instead it's just another week. How was your week?
You know, it wasn't too bad. It was actually pretty good.
Good.
It flew by. I don't even know where the time went. I came up here with my husband, so
Cute.
after this, we're gonna celebrate Valentine's
Nice.
Day early.
Nice.
So
That's what we're doing as well.
Yeah.
I'm making lobster tonight, so if anybody has any lobster tips, tweet into us.
Yeah.
Because I've never done that.
Really, you're cooking them live?
I'm cooking them frozen. I bought lobster tail at the store
okay.
last
Yeah,
night,
you'll be
so
fine.
it shouldn't be too hard.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Today's episode was titled Two for the Money.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the big final challenge for $100,000
Yes.
was on the line. What was different from this season versus the last season was that the $100,000 has to be split between two people. Did you think about that?
I thought about it every second, and I cannot wait to ask our guests that, because they're always like, oh, $100,000 would change my life, la la la. They get 50. After taxes, you're looking at what, 38?
I know.
38 doesn't change anybody's life. You're like, yeah, one lump sum, great, but like, this is what we're so excited about.
I know. It should have been $100,000
Each.
right?
So really, the show got cheaper.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? We're going to get right on.
Let's get right to it.
Yeah, ready?
Yes.
Okay, first on the line should be Josh. He's going to talk to us about his experience on Redneck Island. Josh, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, hey, welcome to the show.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Our
What?
pleasure.
You're 2 hours ahead of us, and you're just now rolling out of bed?
Are you sick, or are you just waking up from a nap?
No, I'm clearing my throat.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm
Yes.
just clearing my throat.
Okay.
I wanted to sound professional, you know.
It's working. It's working.
So, Margaret came in the studio last week. She broke the news to us that you and her are a couple, so congratulations.
Yes.
Happy Valentine's
Appreciate
Day.
that.
Are you
Thank
good?
you. She's actually right here on my bedroom floor putting on makeup. So
Adorable. Cute.
she
See?
says hey. She says hey to y'all.
Oh, well, hey, back. And we're happy that you're not on your bedroom floor putting on makeup as well. So thank you for being with
yeah,
us.
I know. I mean, yeah.
Leave that to her. Yeah.
Josh, what's your relationship with Katie like now? Because in that last episode, and almost got to the point where it looked like she was bullying, if you ask me.
Yes,
that
she
was
got
just
a lot of control, I thought.
totally.
Yeah. Man, me and Katie actually now we're cool. We're friends. We talk a good bit. Her and Margaret are close. But yeah, man, she definitely went overboard. I would try to talk about winning the money and coming up with a strategy, and she all she wanted to talk about was Margaret at the time. She complained about Margaret while Margaret was there, saying my head wasn't in the game. And then when Margaret was gone, she still wanted to talk about it. And I couldn't win with her. So,
Yeah.
but now we're cool. we didn't really know each other too well then, but now we've all gotten a little close over the past few months.
That's awesome.
So,
Well, I was trying to figure out what was going through Katie's head as a woman. I was like, well, here's what I thought. Maybe she admitted early on that she liked you initially because you were kind of like the quiet, silent type. So I think what she was hoping to get out of a relationship maybe didn't happen, and then she felt abandoned by you because as a team she wanted to have a relationship with you as her teammate, and you were having a relationship with Margaret. And then I just think that frustration kind of boiled. I didn't think it was very nice for her to say things like "no one likes you." I never was a fan of that on the playground or in real life.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you watch, I mean, y'all obviously watch the show. You never really see me being mean to anybody. Everybody liked me a lot at first, and then when they found out that I liked Margaret, that was, oh no, we got to get rid of him now. It was almost like a cult of people that were against Margaret. Anything you did with Margaret or associated yourself with, you were going to get tarred and feathered for it. So, me being with Margaret or being friends with her, it didn't go well in the house, and none of the girls liked it. No, I don't think that many guys really cared. Some of them did, but it was more their counterpart, their girl. So
yeah,
I saw that look in your eyes,
man. I had it rough.
You did, at times I definitely went back and forth on whether I was on your side or not as the way, things were going down. But I know that feeling when people are like attacking you and no matter what you say, they still seem to be hating on you. And then you find yourself I could see it when you were like laying in the river there. You had no idea even what to say. Like everything you said was wrong. And that's a crappy feeling.
Dude, man, they were looking for stuff to get mad at.
Yeah.
I think they did that to Margaret as well. Margaret, she never retaliated. They call her all these names. I mean, hateful names. It got worse, and she would never retaliate. And that showed a lot on her side, and it just kept going, and to the point where when they started doing it to me, I just, I had a lot. I couldn't talk. I couldn't talk to them, or I was,
Then you'd be stooping to their levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally get that. Let's talk about that challenge because this is my 4th season watching Redneck Island. This was my favorite challenge because it had so many levels. It kept changing the game. Did you notice as the challenges, first Tank and Becky are in the lead, then Josh and Katie have hope, and then here comes Jeremy and Shelby up. It was incredible. Where on that challenge, Josh, where were you struggling the most?
I'd say, I don't know. Well, definitely the puzzle, the ending piece of the challenge. The puzzle. We actually, when we got at the very end, when we pulled up on the jet ski, I don't think we read the directions all the way, or we read them right, but we weren't too sure whether to take those puzzle pieces out or to keep them in. And little did we all know the pit was right behind it.
Yeah.
So. We kind of struggled with that, getting the pieces up there to the pit and then having to put it together. And we never once stepped in front of the puzzle to see that we had Island already spelled out pretty much. So, I mean, I'd say that's probably where I struggled the most, me and Katie. Other than that, we flailed like fish. We were really good with the little box puzzle and putting the
Blow drying her hair right now.
We're hearing a lot of weird sounds on the phone.
Yeah, but Josh, we have 2 other callers calling in, but before we let you go, I wanted to see, if there was anything you wanted to say to clear the air on any of the way that you were portrayed, and then also where can people find you?
Online,
social media, not your house.
To see how it was portrayed. You were kind of cutting out there.
So we're having a bad connection, but if you just take a minute and focus on something that you thought you'd like to clear the air on, now's your chance.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm actually pretty cool with everyone in the house now. I talked to, more than half of them. We're all pretty good friends. I would say maybe to clear the air, I don't know. I know Heather got on there and bashed me. I know Jordan got on there and bashed me. It was just that little trio of girls that really hated Margaret and I more than anybody else. But other than clearing the air, I'd say that I was listening to the show, and I heard Heather call me backstabber. I don't think I once backstabbed anybody. I don't remember backstabbing anybody. I'm not really like that. I mean, I was a little sneaky with Margaret in my relationship, but other than that, there was no backstabbing. And as far as going to battle for Margaret, I did by sending Jordan to the pit. I heard one of y'all say that, and that's exactly why she went to the pit. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I don't have anything against the girl. She hates Margaret to death, but, you know, she just wanted to get over it. She went home. Margaret didn't, so.
Right.
She's jealous. She's extremely jealous.
A lot of that stuff. Yeah,
girl.
a lot of that stuff going on. Yeah. Josh, where can people find you on social media?
They can find me at Josh Varnado on Twitter and Instagram. It's at Josh_Varnado. And that's I keep the same name on all of them, so.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much. Enjoyed watching you. Best of luck with you and Margaret in your relationship. And of course, if you're ever out in LA, please reach out to Dave and I. We'd love to
say hey.
Say hey. And thanks for calling in, Josh. Nope, I think we lost him. Okay.
Thanks, Josh. He's not big on goodbyes.
Yeah.
Yes. Still bitter.
Wow, you know what? Totally, the dynamics on that island were really incredible because the women took it as if it were real personal.
Yeah.
And the men were just like playing it as a game, but the women, I mean.
Yes. Though, you know, who knows what's true? They say these things now, but how do they really feel in the moment?
Yeah.
You know,
well,
and again, another guest saying how they have no ill will towards anybody. Nobody. These apparently were like the 20 most saintly people ever. Nobody holds grudges. Everybody loves everybody. I think it's a bunch of bullshit.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. What was your favorite part of the challenge?
I have to say, kind of near the beginning, where we were all trying to figure, people were ahead of each other, and you're trying to figure out, you know, who's going to win, who's going to lose. The puzzle was kind of like my least favorite part of the challenge because I was like, oh, it's a puzzle.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted more physicalities.
Yeah. It had a lot of that. We do have another caller on the line.
Yes, we do.
I'm thinking it's Tank. Tank, are you there?
It's Tank D. What's up?
What's up, Tank D? Thanks for coming on, man.
What's going on?
Tank, you are one of our favorite guys to watch, and it's not the whole funnel incidents, which
we all try to forget, actually. Yeah.
But you know what? Out of everyone on the show, you were the one to me that seemed the most real. And when I say real, I mean you had no ego, and everyone else seemed to be really sensitive to everything that was going on around them, and they seemed to be really like it was about what they were feeling, and you were the only one that I saw that really worried and cared about other people. And I just got to tell you, and I just remembered yesterday watching you on the show that you had a 6-year-old. Is that a little girl or a little boy?
Yeah, I got a 6-year-old little girl. She's actually 7 here in June.
That's so awesome.
That's crazy.
I talked about that at some of the show, but I didn't have a lot of that out towards the end. You know, I was trying to win it for her, but
yeah,
didn't work out as planned.
So we were talking about this last episode because it was, to me, I was telling Josh, who called earlier, it was my favorite show. It had the best challenge. It was 2 days. It was a 2-day event.
Yeah.
Like, how much sleeping went on between like your first challenge and the second challenge?
The first challenge, actually, we didn't even know that we were going to be hit with that. They told us to get up. We were going to a challenge. We thought it was the finale, and we got there and they told us that it was the little head start deal. And hell, I think we went back home. I think we did that, and then we went back home, slept that night, and then they told us that try to get a good night's rest because it's going to be a long ass day for the finale.
Oh, was the challenge, because, you know, it all played out in 35 minutes, but did it take hours and hours to do like the puzzle? And I mean, about how long did that whole challenge take if you were to combine them together?
I mean, hell, the actual finale challenge, the last one we did when we before we got on the jet skis and all that, we had to stop for well over an hour and sit there and wait on production and cameras to get set up on the other side of the lake.
Oh,
and,
wow.
I mean, we were tired, thirsty. I mean, just tired as hell. I'd say all together, it was definitely several hours if you put it all in one piece.
Wow.
How do they keep who's in first, who's in second, who's in third in line when you're stopping all the time?
They when they did that, they had a stopwatch, and when we would run up to wherever they were going to stop us at a certain point, they would stop watch us, and then when we would take off, they had the stopwatch running again. They'd tell you when to go behind each other.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So, Tank, you had two partners. One was Jordan, one was Becky. I'm not asking you to pick favorites, but boy, did we like Becky.
I love Becky. I love Jordan, too. I mean, I don't know. They're both perfect to me, in every way. Personality, looks, everything. I love them girls to death. I wouldn't be able to pick one. I just had to take them both.
A man after my own heart. Now, let me ask you, Tank, on the journey of the show, I admit in the beginning of the show, I was almost, turned off or taken aback by kind of like the constant drinking, the constant like partying, and it was kind of almost like a how drunk can I get every day mentality. Did you, and obviously you have a daughter, and I'm sure you're a very responsible father at home. Is that kind of a persona that you decided to turn on for the show, or is that really kind of who you are on the weekends, or what's the real Tank, and what did we see on the show?
I mean, the real Tank, I drink beer every day. I love cold beer, but I also work 60, 70-hour weeks too. So
yeah,
I can't be wilding out like that. But on the show it was unlimited alcohol. I didn't have to worry about getting arrested, nothing. So I took advantage of it and went all out.
And do you and you have any regrets? Do you watch any of these episodes and say, "Oh, I don't like how I'm looking," or everyone on the show seems to say that they were represented pretty accurately and they love everybody? Do you feel the same way?
Oh yeah, I love the way I was portrayed or whatever on TV. I think that was me. I didn't put on the front for nobody. I was Tank, and a lot of people at the beginning of when the season started, when it started airing, I got a lot of bad talk because I was a naked drunk guy. But,
right.
And I think now 90% of them love me now.
You did come on I admit we saw such an interesting side of you. At the end, I think out of anybody on the show, you had kind of a complete arc of a journey and a character study a bit. I mean, the fact that you were legitimately crying there at the end kind of made you definitely seem like a real, kind of came back down to reality.
Yeah, man. I think I finished second 5 or 6 times in challenges, and all together, I think I finished second 5 or 6 times with Becky and Jordan. And man, I just wanted to win that finale. I wasn't even more of the hell. I wanted the money, but I wanted to, to say, damn, I finally won something.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Well, every time I was so happy for all three of you being in the final, but like when you had that 2-minute head start in the beginning, I could not see you losing that. That was a huge advantage. And you swam good. First thing they were talking about you not, swimming wasn't your strong suit, but you look like you did fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so I have to tell you, Tank, like I'm a viewer, I'm watching it, and it's very compelling to watch your development, because in the beginning you were the naked drunk guy who's obviously very comfortable in your skin.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean,
Are you asking if he has a big penis right now?
No,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
asking him if he just walks around his house naked all the time.
Oh, okay. Well, he has a daughter. He probably can't walk around.
Okay, when his daughter's
Yeah.
not there, maybe he just strips down and just enjoys
Well, we
his
all do.
funnel.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just kind of funny. My mind was spinning with like, what's this guy really like if this is who he is on television?
Do you have any friends that haven't seen your penis?
Oh no! I'm known for getting naked at home too. I mean, hell, every girl's seen it. Some of them felt it. So.
Sure. Well, story of all of our lives.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
good for you.
Yeah. Well, you were a great Tank on the show, and were there anything, if you could change one thing, would you change anything in particular? What you said to someone, what you did?
Well, I don't think.
Did you lose him?
Other than me, well, I wish I'd have won, but
Right.
Jeremy Shelby, they won it. Congratulations! And the only thing that I ain't taking the win away from nobody, but what got me and Becky was I didn't even really show it was building those blocks to get the jet ski key.
Yeah.
That's what killed us. I mean, Josh and Jeremy, both teams, punished us on that, and that's what put us so put us so far back. But other than that, I like everybody. No hard feelings for anyone, and I'm glad the way it ended up.
Well, you were great, you were great. And where can people connect with you on social media?
On social media, hit me up on Twitter, Instagram at TankD61308, and I have Facebook fan page at TankD.
Awesome.
Great. Thank
cool.
you so much.
Thanks so much, Tank, and congratulations on a very good season.
Yeah, you were great. One of our favorites.
I appreciate y'all having me on the show.
You're too sweet.
All right,
I knew it.
Take it easy, dude.
All right, talk to you later.
I'm hungover as hell right now. I went to Jason Aldean concert last night.
Oh,
yeah.
God. Well, we're just glad you called in when you were supposed to.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, take it easy, man.
All right, talk to you later. Wow.
Wow.
Such a nice guy.
Nice guy, per usual. I'd say more enjoyable to talk to than others that we've had on the show.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, because he's real. Like,
Yeah.
that was that whole thing about this guy just doesn't have an ego. He's
Yeah.
not trying to be smart, to be eloquent.
Yeah.
He's just telling you the way he feels.
Yeah.
And I just like that. I like that. I think that honesty in reality television is a real hook, and I don't think a lot of people get just how important that is.
That's why, well, you rarely get it.
Yeah.
And you watch
Yeah.
a show like the Kardashians or any of these shows, I can't watch them because the whole time I'm thinking, what is real here and what
Yeah.
is fake? You watch a TV show and you're like, oh, it's all fake, and you enjoy how real it feels.
Yes.
But when it's supposed to be real, you demand reality. And when it feels fake, it's horrible.
Right, right.
But I have a thought on the ending challenge in general.
Yeah.
I have to say I was not a big fan of it. You were saying you felt it was epic. I've never seen any other season.
Oh, okay.
But I think back. I don't watch a lot of reality television, but I was reminded of the first episode of Survivor, or the first season, because I don't know if you remember, but that was when I was in high school. I mean, years ago, over probably 10 years ago, and that show captured the imagination of the world, basically.
Right.
And I remember, I think the last challenge was they all had to stand on a peg in the middle of the ocean, and whoever stood there longest won.
Yeah.
And I remember, and I think they would do like tableaus of each character and flashbacks. This one, me and my girlfriend watched this one tonight or last night, and it just, it ended, and it literally just ended, and there was no like kind of remembrance. If this was American Idol, it would have been a 7-episode thing.
Right.
But they just kind of did it without any kind of like tribute to the show. And then you just, challenge, puzzle. They win. I mean, we've just watched, 10 episodes. And by the time it ends, you have 30 seconds to celebrate, and then the entire show is over.
I never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a very good point.
I think that's when it really comes in that
Wow.
this is a CMT show and not a broadcast show. Besides the fact that they're only winning $50,000 each, but you just see that they just don't have the production value to, I think, give it the kind of finale that I think a show should get
and deserve,
Yeah.
right? Wow.
Yeah. So that's what I was disappointed. And the fact that there were just too many puzzles. I mean, this show is a physical show. Every pit challenge was physical, but yet they didn't really celebrate physicality that much in the finale.
Well, that's true. The swim, I guess, would be it,
swim.
right? The swim was it.
And the kayaking.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
which Jeremy, did you notice he didn't figure out that you actually had to
Yeah.
put the paddle in the water?
Yeah, so
Did
and
you
Josh
notice
was
that?
getting really tired as well.
yeah,
I was like, these are the most muscular guys. Jeremy's Twitter handle is like Fitness by Jeremy. Like, this guy should be all over the place.
He's like, I'm in the water all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah.
It's like, wow,
It's
okay.
failing.
Jeremy's supposed to be calling in, but I don't know. I don't know if it's going to
knows?
play out with the time-wise. That's always been a problem
Yeah.
here with the way
These
we've
Southerners
had
can't figure out the time difference.
these Central.
Listen, none of them, we didn't say any of them were brain surgeons.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about like the whole season. It was a large cast.
Yes.
And we had talked about that was just really hard to. I mean, I think we could have had the same emotional impact, gone on that same journey of humanity with half the cast, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, not seeing any of the other seasons.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it did probably bring an interesting dynamic, forcing people to be partners, because it forced people to be together.
Yeah.
It forced dynamics, which
Right.
is always interesting. So yeah, I did like that part. But obviously, if you're just going to eliminate 2 every week, you need a certain number of. You want a 10-episode season probably for whatever. So that's why I'm sure they did it. But yeah, I remember our first episode. We were like, it's overwhelming. I don't know half of these people.
Yeah.
So it definitely, I think I did enjoy the show more as it went on because you could get a real focus on people.
Exactly.
Before it was just like the Margaret show
Yeah.
and just a few other people.
Yes, yes, yes. Now with the final winners, Jeremy and Shelby, Shelby couldn't call in, but I sure would like to chat about like her journey because she almost, first one in the pit challenge, she had to I think she went in over 3 times.
Yeah.
And then she had to really, if it wasn't for Jeremy, she might, I think he kind of reined her in, don't you think? I mean, she went under the radar for the majority of the season.
I was thinking about 2 things. One, yes, Shelby, well, there was one episode where she was like the firecracker. And
I know,
hated
right?
Her. And then all of a sudden that never happened again. That's weird. And you realize everybody that was in that finale were like the under the radar people. Like how many times did we really talk about Jeremy? Never.
Right.
We talked about Tank a lot, but only because he was being stupid, but it had nothing to do with challenges.
Right.
And Josh, yes, near the end, but his partner Katie, again, I barely knew Katie's name through the whole show. So you just see that like it was really the people that didn't make, either everybody loved them or they just didn't seem, because Tank doesn't seem like an intimidating figure in the pit.
Yeah.
And George, wait, I'm blanking on his name. Jordan. Wait,
Josh?
No, the other one.
Jeremy?
Jeremy.
Thank
Jeremy.
you.
I just blanked.
Like,
See, it's too early. Jeremy, yes. I mean, what did he even do on the show? I mean, honestly, he was just kind of a sitter.
Right.
And just a kind of a comment maker.
I know.
Was he ever even in the pit? I don't think so.
Jeremy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in the pit. Yeah, he was in the pit twice.
Twice?
Twice, I think.
Those must be the episodes I missed.
He was in the pit.
Was it because he was last, or did someone pick him?
Oh, I don't know. I'll have to ask him. That's a really good question. But when I'm watching like the last 3 in the challenge, what was going through my mind as a viewer is like whoever wins, I'm going to be happy for because like you said, they didn't make you hate them.
Right.
So if Josh and Katie would have won, I would have been happy for Katie and Josh. I would have found something to be happy with if every single one of them won, but only one did. The Jeremy and Shelby has always been Faye. I call her Lisa.
Yes.
But it has always been Faye's favorite. She's been behind them from the beginning, right? And when I texted her, they won. She was she was so happy. So who did you want to see win?
I think I found myself pulling for Tank and Becky just because it was so obvious that they should be winning because of their head start.
Right.
And I did find myself pulling for Tank just because you could tell he really wanted it, and I've always been a fan of Becky.
Right.
She's adorable.
Right.
Even my girlfriend was like, "That girl is just so pretty."
She is,
I was like,
huh?
I know.
Yeah.
So and so I really like them, and then I know how horrible that must be to feel yourself falling behind during one of these challenges.
Yeah.
So, but I think I had called that Jeremy would win a couple weeks ago. I mean, it's just he has that like Zen, like whatever, bro, quality to him. It just seems like it makes sense.
The puppet master.
The puppet master.
The puppet master.
Yeah.
Becky had one of the best lines of the entire show, and that was they were doing the puzzle, and I can't remember what it was that prompted her to say it, but she said, and let me find that quote. "Hello, Captain Obvious."
Right.
That was so cute.
What was that in response to?
She was like, when they were assembling the blocks, the first team was assembling the blocks, and she was just like, "Hello, Captain Obvious." I mean, just like things like that Becky said throughout the whole. I would have liked to have gotten to know her better.
How old is she? Do we know?
Probably in her 20s. Don't you think most of them are in their 20s?
Yeah, I thought maybe she looked a little more mature than some of the other people, but I couldn't tell.
Right. Yeah.
I guess she probably doesn't want to give her age,
but she was awesome in the challenge when she was encouraging Tank. Remember when they were in the kayak and she's singing to Tank?
Yes.
Wasn't that cool?
Yes, they seem definitely the most bubbly of all of them and fun. And she was just a joy to watch.
Yeah. They worked harmoniously. I mean, Jeremy and Shelby worked like an athletic team.
Right.
Tank and Becky seemed to work like brother and sister.
Yeah.
And then Josh and Katie just seemed to work like two
people that hate each other.
Two people that hate each other.
Like at the end when she's like, "I think we're going to be friends now." And he's like, "Yeah."
Sure, can't wait.
Can't wait. But I get that.
Isn't that funny?
If somebody was treating me like that, I wouldn't want to be friends with them either.
I know, right? It's really hard to like say things like that and just have it not affect
Yeah.
you, don't you think?
I mean,
Very
again, it's a
childish.
show. So
Yeah.
you're thinking, would these people really say these things if they were just on the street?
Well, if you're, I guess, cohabitating, I don't know.
Right.
What gives you the right to be that comfortable with someone?
Yeah, I think.
About, you know?
Yeah, I think when you have producers telling you speak your
Yeah.
feelings, that's
Yeah.
what gives you the right, probably.
Yeah.
They're like, please do it. We're paying you. Talk more. You know.
Right. Well, I'm happy to say that Jeremy and Shelby did win, and they each won $50,000. So Shelby was
After
talking about-
taxes, well, have fun with your 37,000 or whatever. Buy yourself a couple of pair of shoes. After that, it's over.
Yeah, unless they do a Redneck Island All Star.
All Stars.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering how popular actually Redneck. Have you read any
It's actually,
ratings?
yeah, Margaret was saying that this season of Redneck Island actually trumped all the other seasons. And that being said, the other seasons were like the highest rated shows on CMT.
Were they?
Period.
Right.
Yeah.
Considering about 15 people watch CMT, so I don't know what that's saying, but yes.
They love the younger cast.
Were the other ones older casts?
They were the first two. The first season was my favorite because they were just like, they found the real rednecks, the Honey Boo Boos.
Right.
It was like watching Honey Boo Boo meets Survivor, and
Yeah.
that just hooked me.
Isn't
you know?
that sad? That is really what is happening to TV.
Yeah.
You cannot get real. It's even happening in scripted television.
Yeah.
It's all. I mean, you
Yeah.
watch scripted television from 10 years ago, and it's like real. You know, you got the
Yeah.
short, fat guy and the weird looking guy, and this and. These days on reality and scripted, it's all
Yeah.
beautiful people.
Yeah.
Which makes it less, it's like, yeah, sexy to watch, but as you just said, your favorite one was the first season when it's like
Yeah.
the real rednecks.
Yeah.
These people didn't feel like rednecks. We talked about
know.
that every episode.
Yeah, I know.
know?
And I felt like I was learning what it was like to like the culture. I was so
Yeah.
intrigued by like the culture of redneck society because that's not something that we get here,
No.
right? And so one of the things that they took away from the last 3 seasons that they didn't implement in season 4 was like it went from Survivor to Big Brother. I told you about that transition, but they did cute things like when they would cast someone off, they'd have to write their name on a beer can and then put it in a 6-pack, take it into a shed, you know, an outhouse, right?
Yeah.
You ever turn off the little light? It was just so like
Cute.
the flavor of the culture was there.
Yeah.
I thought the flavor was missing, but they're
Totally.
getting the ratings that they want, and
Right.
know, and-
Ratings over staying true to themselves.
exactly,
You know?
exactly, yeah. So I hope in the next one that out of all the people that we saw transition through season 4, like I said, with Tank and his just honesty, he was
Mm-hmm.
just a real honest person. You could see that. You know, he did some silly, ridiculous things,
Right.
but at least I knew that he wasn't trying. He didn't care that the cameras were on him. He didn't care like what if he wanted to cry, he cried. I
Right.
like that.
Yeah, I mean, he and I felt like Cowboy were like two of the most rednecky people.
Yeah.
And I say redneck, but I know people in Michigan. I think redneck and backwoods and like small town all are kind of, at least in this instance, are the same thing. That's why
Okay.
I don't think these people were necessarily redneck. They were just more like small. They felt like small town. Like they're not Hollywood, and they don't really care what people think, and they're just about having fun.
Yeah.
But each one we talk to seems to be hard workers back in their hometowns and working all the
Wow.
time. And
Yeah.
so I think, yeah, that's the difference. I don't think this was redneck. It was just more like, I don't know, podunk or something, if there's another word. I don't think any of them had rednecks. I don't think of redneck as good looking, and everybody was good. I mean, do you see the pictures that they promote on the Redneck
I
Facebook
know,
page?
right?
Everyone's in a bikini or shirtless.
I know, and they looked amazing.
And they look amazing.
Right.
Come
Well,
on.
except for Parigi.
Except for Preji and Cowboy look pretty bad too. But for
The
the, most
girls,
part, the
right?
girls, their breasts all look
I
amazing.
know, right? Yeah. They've even they actually have nicknames for their
For their breasts, they do.
Like Heather's, because she wore a striped bikini top.
Uh-huh.
They called her Freedom Breasts, but the other word, it was like
Freedom
you know,
Tits.
Yeah. Freedom
Where
Tits.
did you read this? On the Facebook page?
Yeah, like when you follow their Twitter handles.
They
and
say
yeah,
Freedom Tits?
Yeah, they say she
Oh, I don't
said
remember
Freedom
that. I just can't believe her and I both have the same name for our boobs. Actually, mine is called Freedom Penis. So,
Okay, okay. I don't even want to go there. You and Tank need to talk. You and Tank need to talk.
We do.
Let's ask our engineer Phil if Jeremy showed any signs of calling in.
We've been I've texted him. No response yet.
Oh, was it the 818 number?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. I think I'm not quite sure where we are with our time wise, but he was calling in towards the end of the show.
Well,
we had set up for 45.
And,
so I let him know that he can call in now.
Okay. All right. Great.
No response yet.
Yeah. So Phil and I have a great relationship.
Yeah.
Yep.
Does your husband know about that?
Yes, he was the one that actually was instrumental in bringing Redneck Island to the AFTERBUZZ studios. Isn't that great?
That's
so, Phil, we
perfect.
owe you a big thank you, and I know rednecks everywhere
Yes.
owe you a huge thank you.
And he told me that he averages 14 hours a day of work. No
Nuh-uh.
joke. So
Really?
we all owe Phil a debt of gratitude.
Yeah.
I work about 8 hours a day or less, and by that time I'm completely done. And I'm putting funnels on my penis at that point because I'm so done working.
That's right. Okay, so would you watch a season 5?
You know, my girlfriend was like, would you watch this ever if you weren't on this show?
Yeah.
It's hard to say. I mean, it's interesting knowing that I have to watch the show. I never was like, oh, I don't want to watch the... You know, I never begrudged having to watch the show.
Yeah.
But that said, on the weeks that I couldn't be here, I also didn't look out for the show. And I've never watched it on TV except for last night because we had to come in today.
Right.
So I might, like, if I saw that it was on while I was scrolling, I would stop, but I don't think I would search it out. You would.
Well, it depends. It really depends on the format they're going to use for the night. And, I've been kind of this loyal viewer, and, they didn't utilize Steve Austin.
No.
And I thought, are you kidding me?
Did you see the preview for the show that comes on after that? The one where they just kick the shit out of each other?
Broken Skull Ranch?
Yes.
Yeah,
that
the
one
challenge.
looks intense.
Yes.
And they're only winning $10,000 on that one.
No way, really?
That's what they said.
$10,000 for the champion?
But I think maybe it's after each episode.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah.
But that one looked intense.
Yes, that was intense.
And I'm thinking, how many shows does Steve Austin have?
Well, two that I know of, yeah. But, they're talking about, like, this younger generation, and they're trying to pull in this younger audience, right? And that was the whole point of bringing Jesse James Becker in. And all the young cast loved her, right? I mean, they were
Again,
just, like,
she
couldn't
said
think of
nothing. In the finale,
Yeah.
she said nothing.
Yeah.
She could.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing. And literally, let's remember, you're winning 100,000 like a robot.
I know.
I mean, nothing.
I know. And then Steve was like, and so what that means is you got to kick some ass
I mean,
or whatever.
come on.
Yeah.
Who is producing these shows?
I
Like, give
know.
us something.
I know, very frustrating. So if they're not going to utilize him, then, that was kind of like the hook, what brought in the viewers
Yeah.
in the first place. I mean, everyone talks about like Twitter followers, and so-and-so's got 40 and so-and-so's got, 200. He has 2.6 million Twitter followers.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't give the guy the rights to continue on with the show, if that was, I don't know, it just didn't make sense. It was just like a little insulting.
Maybe it's hit. I mean, I'm sure he's a producer on the show. I'm sure if he wanted to say more, he could say more. It really makes you, appreciate, I think, people like Jeff Probst and Ryan Seacrest who you see add their own personality to the show, and you see that does make a difference.
Yeah.
It makes it seem, when they come into the picture, you're like, oh, what's going to happen? As opposed when Steve and Jesse came in the picture, you're like, it's two robots. And he's like, yeah, go, get faster. That's it.
There wasn't much to do there.
Yeah.
There wasn't much to do. And see, there's another dynamic that was missing from season 4 that was in season 1, 2, and 3. And that was at the end, Steve Austin was able to engage with the group because he was like, well, so Dave, why do you think you're getting voted out? Why do you think the target's on your back? Why do you think this? And then they, and the cast, from what who I've talked to and who I was able to engage with, they enjoyed that immensely.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my God, this is our moment, like with Steve, their legend, is actually in front of them, and they get to engage with him. And he got to show like compassion. Remember when we were talking about like the human component? There was a lot of that there.
Right.
And you're talking about, like, when you're talking about robots, that's a perfect example of there was no human component, not even between them. And it wouldn't have taken much for them to like figure that out, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah, all it would have taken
Yeah.
was saying, "Hey, say whatever you want in this
Yeah.
point." But no, I mean,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
like she was
yeah.
under contract to
Yeah.
only say 11
Yeah.
words.
And then here we are. It's the last day of school, right? This is the last episode.
I ate
and
a
we're
donut.
You ate a
Yep.
donut, and we're bashing the show.
Yep.
And that's, and I know the listeners out there probably wanted to hear us talk about some amazing stuff. So,
Well, I think they want us to be real, and I think many of
Mm-hmm.
them felt probably the same way we do about some of these things. Don't you think?
well, I know that my husband and I watched it together,
Yes.
and he definitely shares the same viewpoint that
Yeah.
you do. You
Yeah.
know? So,
I think you got to be real about. I mean,
Yeah.
we talk about the show because we're here to celebrate it in a
Yeah,
way. But I
yeah.
think you have to be honest on what could make the show better and where it's falling. Well, obviously, what makes the show good are the people.
Yeah.
I think they did a great job casting. Mm-hmm. And it was a good group, and I think there are definitely different ways. And again, it's CMT and not ABC, so there's going to be their own way of doing things.
yes.
Community
yes.
college versus University of Michigan.
Oh,
Yeah, please.
I went USC.
Yeah, no, well, I'll never go USC, so
sorry.
Michigan all the way. It's
Sorry,
okay.
go
That's
Blue
why I'm
Dave.
here. Yeah.
Twitter at
That's right.
Go Blue Dave.
Dave.
Right.
I think, do we have our next? We got Jeremy in here.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Hello, what's up?
What's up, man? Thanks for coming on.
What's up?
Congratulations. Wow, you won it.
Thank you. It's been a wild ass 10 weeks, right?
Now, one question I always have for people that win, and you're obviously not allowed to say it until last night. So how has that been, knowing that you're the champion, you got money coming your way, but you're not allowed to tell anybody?
I mean, shit, it was such an intense last night. I was nervous and excited and all that shit, and I already knew what was happening. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, so here you are. Like, I want to piggyback on what Dave had to say. You knew you won. You and Shelby won. And here you are watching them edit the show, and it's the Margaret show. Like, were you like, hello, we won it. Put the camera more on us and watch us, like, build a story here that people can.
I think she played a good game. Like, Margaret, I mean, whatever. I mean, call it the Margaret show, whatever. Like, she did work. I mean, they can say what she wants, but at the end of the day, she's a competitor. Like, I mean, if you got to draft her, I mean, I'm taking Shelby, her, and Katie top 3 every time.
Yeah.
Wow. So I'm going to ask you a couple quick questions that I'm dying to ask you. Okay. One,
All right, let's get it.
Okay. So on the challenge, you struggled in the kayak, and was that your first time ever in a kayak?
Yeah, I was at the beach. I chased hot girls in bikinis and wakeboard.
And that's my
things at the
second
beach. Like, the
question.
first one ever in one of those things. Like, I don't give a damn about every single those.
So what beach are you on? Like in this?
I'm in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Oh,
okay,
we were wondering
nice.
about that accent too. That
Yeah.
accent is very specific. You were the only one with that very unique drawl. Were you the only one there from South Carolina?
No, actually, me, Shelby, and Tank, we 3 out of the top 6 were South Carolina.
No way. Oh, 3 out of
Powerful redneck competitors out of that
Team
state.
South Carolina was representing. Yeah.
Yep. The first
Katie
wasn't.
was North Carolina, actually, so 4 out of the top
wow.
6 were Carolina.
Yeah, they're feisty. First
Yeah.
state to succeed, right?
That's it.
Wasn't that the first state to succeed from the
I don't
Union
think
back in the
anybody
Civil?
knows. Yeah, I don't think anybody knows.
Dave's like, don't go there.
Yeah, this-
Go there. I just meant to say you're feisty.
The history class, I was chasing girls.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I think I was on the beach the same day as you on that day in history class.
Yeah. And while she was doing that class, I think I skipped class.
That's right.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, now you're a fitness trainer because your Twitter handle is J Morris Fitness, right? So your
I
personal.
do a lot of fitness stuff. I compete, and I'm pro level Muay Thai kickboxer, and I compete in Miss Physique.
Awesome. Now, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dave.
I was just going to say, we ask this question to everybody, and talking to you on the phone, we get a sense of your personality, and it does, we always saw you as kind of almost a Zen kind of master on the show. You never made a huge splash in any of the episodes, but you never, were just kind of a bump on a log. You just kind of did your thing. You didn't really ruffle any feathers. And we always kind of thought this guy could be making it because he seems to have like this inner plan. And is that how you saw yourself on the show?
I mean, I tell people, like, I'm a competitor. Like I said, I do Miss Physique competitions, I kickbox, I play
football, basketball, soccer, what it is. Like, love that part of it. The harder it gets, the more I like it. But living in the house is definitely the most hard. I mean, that's the hardest part for sure. So many different personalities, so many different people. I mean, you put them all in one house. I mean, like, I love beautiful girls. That's my deal. Like, I love beautiful girls, but you put 8 of them to share a bathroom with me, and then I'm like, holy shit, do I want to shower in the yard or what? Like, what am I doing here?
Right. Yeah. You know, it's funny talking to you now. You have this like confidence and like almost cockiness a little bit, and like very into like chicks and everything. Which I tell you that I don't think that really came across on the show.
We didn't.
That,
yeah.
I didn't really get that from you. Did you make a conscious decision to kind of tone that? It seems like maybe you thought, you know what, I can't really make a big splash. There's too many personalities, so I'm just gonna lay back and let things happen. Is that what happened?
Yeah, I mean, the mental part is definitely a big. I mean, a big thing. I mean, it doesn't matter like how many times you want to say something, how many times you want to like be the alpha. Like it's not getting anywhere. At the end of the road, like it's a battle. You know what I mean? It's head to head.
Yeah.
So I mean, how many waves do you want to make?
Right.
Well, you know,
Right.
when you were partnered with Shelby, who was it that you, who did you lose when you picked up Shelby as a partner? Because I think you got a stronger team.
I was picked by Haley originally, and
Okay.
I got thrown in the pit, and
You lost Haley.
3.
Right. Okay. So,
Three.
and then you and Shelby, you know, we were just talking about
the
how
dream team
Shelby,
was
yeah,
born.
the
Yeah.
dream team, how, Red, Big Red. We were talking
Like, a lot of
about,
people just think she's a beast, but I mean, homegirl's smart as shit. Like, we get to those puzzles. I mean, we go from 12 minutes behind to we run right up on them, and I mean, the whole game changed.
Yeah.
did you have to like tone her down a bit because, you know, we were worried, and David said it
She's
earlier.
like my misbehaved little sister.
Yeah. I mean, were you like, Shelby,
Like
we're gonna
Shelby.
get kicked right off this island if we don't like start flying under the radar? I mean, was she
Nah,
coachable?
every day I tell her, hey, girl, it's like if somebody's going to beat us, it ain't going to be you. You ain't going to be the one reaching in my damn pocket. But
Yeah.
nah, she's awesome. Like, she's
Yeah.
a beast. Like I said, if you had a draft, she's number 1 every time. Yeah, Katie's a beast. Margaret, I mean, the top 3 every time. But, like, taking Shelby every time.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, so she seemed like a real fun girl to watch, and probably it could have been the Shelby show if she would have continued to like go in that direction, but she tapered back
Yeah.
and actually
Yeah,
won.
now it's the Shelby show.
Now it's
Yeah.
the show, yeah.
Now let me ask you something. We talked about this before you were on. You know, you won $100,000 as a team, but you really only won $50,000 individually. But on the show, everybody kept talking about how $100,000 will change their life. Now, inside? I mean, do they make you say that inside? You know, you're winning half that much. Is it a little disappointing to know that you have to split it?
No, I mean, nobody knew actually. Like, I mean, until the final day, like we knew. Nobody knew the rules. Nobody, I mean,
Okay.
for all I knew, I could have went head to head against her, and honestly, I would have told him to stop right there, and we'd have split it. I wouldn't have went head to like she deserved. I mean, she earned every fucking penny she had.
Yeah,
Dang penny she got.
that's okay.
I mean, she's a beast. And I think that's the edge me and her had. I mean, we went to the pit. I mean, no disrespect to Cody and Nicole, but we won before we got there. They couldn't beat us.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody could.
I didn't think you guys
Me
were
and
going to do it. You thought you were too far behind.
Me and Shelby go to the pit tomorrow. I don't think nobody could beat us. Just that's the confidence we have.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put us in that. You put us in that dirt box. Me and her were ready.
Did you and Shelby stay friends after the show? Are you guys chatty?
Oh yeah.
That's so
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
That's nice.
Yeah. Who did you connect with the most? Because the camera was not on you a lot. Who were you really tight with as far as one of the guys and one of the girls on the show? That we didn't see.
Big Co's like my best friend. He's actually he stays with me about once or twice a week actually.
Who did you say we missed that? Who was it?
Anthony.
Anthony.
Oh,
Parisi.
Parisi.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
that's
cute.
my dude. I mean, I talked to everybody. Like, I mean, I actually talked to Margaret for about half an hour when she got off the show last week.
Oh, nice.
I mean, a lot of people. I mean, TV and a lot of money. It makes things do. I mean, make people do a lot of things. But I'm friends with basically everybody. I mean,
Yeah, well, you were kind of like that Zen. I feel like if I was on the show, you came off as the guy that's like, well, I know at least I always have Jeremy there to like chill with, or he's not going to ruffle any feathers, and he seems like he's got a head on his shoulders.
They
Yeah.
said that you
Yeah,
ran. They said you were running to the lake every morning for a workout. Is that what?
every day.
How
Every
far
day.
of a run was that?
I just like that. We didn't have like I'm the gym is like my sanity. Like I go 7 days a week, and there it's it's no gym, no TV, no radio, no internet. So I'd hop up, drink a couple cups of coffee, and just start running. Do some push-ups, do some sit-ups. That's my sanity.
That's why he was there.
The longer you're there, the mental toll is way more than the physical part. I mean, they could fly me over the lake and I'd jump out the damn airplane. I don't care. But the mental part's way, way harder.
Speaking of, so do you say that was like the crutch for the entire game for you was the social game, the mental strategy that you'd have to have going into like the pit challenges and into the other challenges? That was the most difficult part of the show?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like I say, I feel like me and Shelby go to the pit tomorrow. You line up whoever you think the second best person was. I don't think anybody can beat me and her in the pit. I don't. It's a mental edge we had, but definitely the day-to-day strain after everything had. Like I said, from when Shelby became my partner in week 4. So, it took us a while, but when I fell off the platform, and we placed last. I basically threw ourselves in the pit. We were undefeated. We won the pit, won the last challenge, won the finals.
All right. Well, then, what if someone came up to you, Jeremy, and said, "Hey, I want to audition for Redneck Island 5." What would you say to them, and what would your strategy be?
It's really. It's almost like unexplainable, really. Like I say, I love each and every person. It's crazy. It's homo, really. You bond like that with somebody, but I
want to see you and Dave
right now. I'd be in Nashville, Georgia.
Right.
A minute ago.
Right.
But,
I'd like to see you and Dave in the next episode of Redneck Island season 5. I think
it's just the Jeremy, Dave, Redneck Island. It's just us and 300 girls, and we see who wins. Yes, we all win.
And nobody even knows me and Jordan talk. But yeah, if I could remove myself from the beach, I'd be in Nashville right now.
That's right.
Right here.
Yeah, you definitely did.
That's on some Barbie and Ken shit, right?
So, do you have children?
I got the check and the hottest girl. How about that?
That's right. You
Yeah.
it wasn't a bad day for you.
Yeah.
Away from all the drama. Nobody even knows to talk to her.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I got to tell you, Jeremy, we're so happy for you. And I had said I didn't really care who won because I really liked all of you, but definitely the most deserving, don't you think?
Yeah.
Not the one that I want to give $100,000 to, but definitely the one that I think had the best game, clearly. And whenever you see competitors,
if I was writing the check, I would cut the shit to Cowboy right now. The dude right there, he took my heart. That dude right there is so there's nobody as authentic as that guy. I promise you.
Really?
Nobody.
Cowboy.
Exactly.
Wow. Well,
We did not see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. I feel like near the end when people were leaving and there were less people, you did see more authentic people. I think Cowboy became more of a person. Tank became more of a person. So yeah, I think once there were less people, the personality started coming out more on screen at least.
Yeah, like I say, I'd invite every single one. There's not one single person. That I don't have like a long term diss on anybody. But like I say, if I was writing the check, and the other thing gets it every time.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice note to end
You can
on.
still write the check if he's listening. I'm
I'm sure he'll accept your check.
$50,000.
Yeah, let's cut it.
Yeah.
Let's cut it.
Let's cut it.
Well, you were great. We enjoyed you. I definitely,
appreciate
you set a good example. You were just one of those like straight laced kind of guys, and it seemed like you were going to bed early.
I'm all about the competition. There's few people, they tweeted, how these chaos games. I watch all the shows. Line it up. I'll go ahead there with any show, anytime.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. Well, thank you so much.
Talked a big game.
Yeah, you did. Well, and he did. He put his money where his mouth was.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Jeremy, where can people find you on social media?
All my social media is Jay Morris Fitness. Like I said, I've been doing this physique for a few years now. Had a few hand surgeries, so I hung up the kickboxing deal. But it's there if I need it. But everything's Jay Morris Fitness.
Awesome.
That was so awesome. And you know what? I appreciate all the tweets. I appreciate you listening to all the podcasts. I think you were the only one that did out of the cast.
Right.
You know, that was very consistent and helped us blitz it.
You had a hot cut. I was like, who wouldn't want to watch Brittany? Let's be real here.
Right, she was. It was sad to see her go, but now
Let's be
she's.
real. No diss to Dave.
Yes, it's okay.
I mean,
You can just appreciate my humor. You don't have to appreciate my looks.
like I say, I'm a single guy and Brittany's attractive. So
That's
there you
right.
go.
Yeah,
Listen,
she
well,
is.
that's why
we'll
we
have
get
to
the
do,
good-looking girls.
So next time you come to
Redneck
LA.
Island needs are either one.
Right.
Awesome. Well, we'll make sure we pin.
Perfect match that shit.
We'll definitely help you with the intro if you
Yes.
ever come to LA for sure, because she's a great girl and we loved
Gotcha.
having her too.
I'm already. Hey, me and Big Pose will invade the West Coast.
Perfect.
Redneck Island to the West Coast.
Well, I'm going to alert the governor because it's going to get dirty.
Me and Big Pose. Hey, Redneck Island invades Cali soon. I promise.
That's right. Taking it over.
Well, Jeremy, thank you so much for calling in.
Yeah, thank you.
We really enjoyed having you.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
Okay,
Bye.
great job.
Well, there it is.
Well, he actually had
He
more
had a good
energy
personality.
than
Yeah, very Yeah, he was way different. I had no idea he was black. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, he definitely held back some of his personality on the show.
Yeah. And you know what? When this is just, I didn't want to say it when he was on the line. He's probably listening still, but at the end of the show, when he took off his kerchief, he was wearing a kerchief. I thought maybe he was doing like a Hulk Hogan, like hiding like a massive bald spot, but he actually has a full head of hair under
Yeah,
there.
I think I knew he had a full head of hair.
Did you?
That's what you were afraid to say if he was still listening? I was like, oh, it's about to get juicy. And you're like, he has beautiful hair. Wow, you're really controversial today. Amazing.
I just was like, I can't, I was just like, what's he hiding under that?
Sure, that's just
kerchief?
his thing. I have a buddy who's a fitness trainer in New York, and he wears a kerchief all the. And by the way, no one calls them kerchiefs.
I'm sorry.
Bandana.
Oh, is it?
A kerchief is retarded. Okay. Well, I think it's time to wrap
I
up.
think so too.
It's been a
think so,
pleasant
too.
season with you.
It was,
Thanks for having me.
Yes. And if you come back to AfterBuzz and you pick up another show, please invite me.
I will.
I would love to be a guest.
I will, definitely.
Yeah. So where can people find you, Dave? Let's wrap it up.
Yes, until next time, I'm at Go Blue Dave and Dave Abbott on Instagram, DAVEABED, and check out our dates at the Next Door Lounge for the Hollywoodland Murder.
Which is still sold
Still
out.
going and still selling out. Yep.
Awesome. I'm so excited about
Thanks.
that.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I am Little Egypt. Happy to finish this episode with you, Dave.
Yes.
You can find me on social media at Little Egypt, Twitter, Instagram, Little Egypt, Facebook, the official page of Little Egypt. Please come see me, Rednecks, if you're in Wilmington, North Carolina, because that is a big shindig. I know they like that word out there. And bring your kerchiefs.
Yes.
And come to my shindig because it is the first ever Women's Wrestling Expo, and I'm going to be there with WWE legends like Trish Stratus and Amy Dumas and my buddy Lisa Moretti.
Cool.
So please come see us and keep checking out the Glow documentary on Netflix. It's just got a few more months to go. But after that, you're going to have to buy it on Amazon and iTunes. So thank you so much. I'm Little Egypt. And
I'm Dave Abbott, and we'll see you next time.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right, thanks.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.